Spartans! What is your profession?
Yes, people, another edition of Nights of the Round Table Discussions where we discuss all sports all the time. Got my guy, The Truth, with me. How are you doing, sir?
You're good, man. Flipping my heart. My heart's a little bit... it's a little bit on edge after that freaking Europa League game. Arsenal also had to freaking make it hard for me. Either go out, slump out, or flipping go through easily. None of this last minute goals and my days.
Listen, I've been there many a time to that feeling where United do it all the time. They always make it hard. So I feel your pain. But yeah, people, as usual, before we start, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe on the channel. Get them likes up, get interactive in the comments. You know, we like to hear your opinions. You know, we like to respond and have a good conversation about the thing that we love, which is sport. And get the subscriptions up as well. We're getting a lot more views. But make sure you subscribe, because the more you subscribe, the more content you're going to get. And the closer we get to the goal that we want to get to. Mr. KA told me not to mention it, but we're trying to reach that goal, people. But yes, it is another edition of the Prem review/preview show, our weekly episodic talk about football. Truth, seeing as you mentioned them, we're going to start off with Arsenal, obviously, scraping through in the Europa League game against Benfica. Bloody hell, you lot made that hard. I blame Benfica a little bit, because 10 minutes before you lot scored, they were playing about with the ball when they should have went for the jugular, because some of the defending that I was seeing in that game from Sancho, Bob, and Gabriel was abysmal, bruv.
It's not even, for me, it wasn't even the performance or any specific blame to like the manager or tactic. We gave away 3 goals in this whole tie from errors. Like, you can't keep on doing that, man. And it's not even just bad defending. It's just stupid errors. Like, we can't account for it.
Nah, I hear that. It's true. You can't listen. I got the fridge on toes at centre back at United, bruv. So I know everything about mistakes costing the team. So I feel your pain, but I just want to go back to, obviously, the weekend's game, the 1-0 loss to City. Just give me your thoughts on how you think the game went. I know in the group you weren't too pleased with the way how it went. Just tell the viewers what you thought about the game.
As I said, I'm always going to be backing Arteta up until next season, where I'm going to judge him a little bit more harshly. But one thing he needs to start doing is learning from mistakes, learning from past errors. And the personnel thing is really becoming an issue, because any person worth their money, you know, you don't want to play someone like... I'm not blaming him for the performance, because I don't think the whole team was... We weren't bad, we weren't great. We were playing a good Man City side. We did come back into the game at the end of the first half. We had decent second half without, huff and puff, without really doing anything at all. So it wasn't like, we were blown away. But just to make us look like we were going to win, I didn't feel like we were going to win. I don't know about you, but I didn't feel like we were ever going to really get anything out of the game. But we can't keep picking personnel just for the sake of it. Players like Granit Xhaka. Why would you play Granit Xhaka against City? For a whole 90 minutes, I saw this guy run around, not get close to anybody. He can't run around. He can't close down. He never laid a tackle on anyone. He can't pass. Anytime he's put under pressure, he was giving the ball away. Like, I'm not blaming him for the performance, but that type of picking a player like Granit Xhaka kind of typifies the performance we are going to have in that game. He's an important part of the pitch. That's the midfield. That's where the battle's won and lost. My thing would be like, stick Kieran Tierney in there. Stick someone that's going to have an impact in the middle of midfield. It's not like City have large, big, towering, imposing midfielders. What, Gundogan, KDB.
And Fernandinho played, yeah.
Fernandinho, 35 years old, was flipping, running these guys ragged. Like, he was just chomping at, like, how? Like, like, why are we going to do that? Let's put energy in there. You know, you can't keep making these mistakes. Players like Bellerin that just drift in and out the game.
Mellerina.
Like, he does nothing in the whole game. Like, he just drifts in and out. He just, you know, I can't wait. Summertime, he needs to go. Like, for his own career, he doesn't look like he wants to be there. He doesn't look interested. It's not helping us. Let him go. You know, just let him go. We need to start dropping these Wenger era players, these Emery era players that don't look interested and that are not up for the fight. Yeah, so for me, it was disappointing. Like, I'm sick of losing to Man City in the Premier League now. I'm tired of it. Like, I'm actually over it. I think that's probably like, correct me if I'm wrong, like 8, 9 games in a row they're beating us, beating us in the Premier League.
I wouldn't put it past it being something like that.
I remember the last result we got against City was
that the 1-1?
2-2.
Was it 2-2? What was that?
What 1-1 are you thinking of?
The one at the Etihad. I don't know if I'm right in that. I don't know.
The one I remember was 2-2. The 2016. That's what I'm saying. I think it's 8 or 9 games that they've beaten us in a row. Off the top of my head, anyway, I can't really recall it. That's the last time I remember even getting anything at Man City versus Man City. So yeah, I'm tired of going there and just losing the game straight away. You know, I was really, really disappointed in Arteta's personnel that he picked for that game.
But so just in terms of personnel, who would you have brought in? We know you didn't want Xhaka. So who would you have played in that midfield? Partey wasn't ready to come back. Was it an El Neni? Was it Ceballos? Who would you have played in there?
El Neni played. The reason El Neni, even though
he did.
Even though he was run ragged himself, at least he was able to keep up. At least he's able to press. You know, we need legs in midfield. I probably, the reason Ceballos actually didn't play that game was probably because he was being safe for this game, which I wish that he played the Man City game, because he was trying his best.
I'm sure you not lose.
I don't know if he's got a clause in his contract here that if he got the Champions League, got the Europa League, he gets to go back to Madrid or something. But he
no. Oh no.
He tried his best to get us out of that game. So that's the reason he wouldn't have played. I know Smith Rowe wouldn't play. My personal thing that I would have done is that I would have moved Odegaard a bit deeper, let him into that role, because he can find a pass, he can dribble past players. Move him into the role, put Smith Rowe through the middle, put Smith Rowe attacking through the middle. It's annoying that we got rid of somebody like Joe Willock or Maitland-Niles, because they could have slotted in there and given us a lot more than what Xhaka offers.
It's a good point. I mean, I'm not Xhaka's biggest fan, but it seems like Arteta is a fan of him and continues to play him. I don't think he's been bad, but he's not been great. No.
That's fair. I'm not saying that. I'm not blaming Xhaka. I'm saying just for the game against City, you can't carry a player like him that doesn't offer you anything at all in that type of game. If he's got time, if the team is sitting off, by all means, Xhaka, I think he's good to have in time because he could pick a ball. But against City, as soon as he got the ball and someone closed him down, this guy started pissing his pants and turning around trying to pass backwards or just giving the ball away. He's like he's a passenger. Like, get me someone in there that can strive under that pressure. That first 25 to 30 minutes, we were nothing. We offered anything.
Nah, to be fair, I said to my missus, because she was fuming, but I said that first half an hour, that could have been anybody and they would have struggled, because the way that City were moving that ball and the way how they were passing the ball around, like that, that reminded me of the City of old, where in which, you know what, you just have to survive. You just have to survive. And to be fair, to give credit to you lot, you did survive. Don't get me wrong; they pissed away a few chances, not golden chances, but misplaced touches and not finding feet. And obviously, De Bruyne's radar wasn't on it, so he wasn't finding the passes he would have done if this was 2-3 games down the line of him coming back. So I think the overall performance, I get what you said 100%. You lot never looked like scoring. You never looked like scoring, but I think Pep fell into that trap, and this is one of the reasons why I'm not a massive fan of Pep, because this happened, I think, is it the second season at Barcelona where he stopped attacking, went 1-0 up, and just said keep possession for the rest of the game. And I hate football like that. I hate it with a passion. Like, if you've got the ball, go and kill the game. Be 3-4-0 up and then go and do that. And I think to give Pep credit, he was going mad in the sideline. So maybe that wasn't the plan. But I think the only issue that I have with, because I mean, City are on a stupid run right now. They're on form. I mean, obviously winning away comfortably in Gladbach 2-0 a couple of days ago as well. I think the only gripe I have, and I want to hear your thoughts on this, is they let a 5'5" midget, score a header. Please tell me how Raheem Sterling, of all players, scores a header when you've got your centre-back and your full-back there. Please explain it to me. As a coach.
There's something about this City side that other managers, I can't understand for the life of me why this City side all look like they're 6'5" players. They remind me of the Invincible side. You know, the Invincible side, they could score goals from any position or any type of goal. That's because the majority of them was 6 foot at least. You know, Bergkamp, Henry, Perez, Vieira, Edu. All these guys were big guys. I think the smallest guy on the team was Lundberg. You know, Ashley Cole. Those two everyone was tall, 6 foot. This Man City side are a bunch of midgets. Small, weak midgets, the majority of this side. But yet they look like they can score from anywhere, doing anything. Man like Sterling is... Oh my gosh, when I saw that. Again, that's what made me angry. Those goals should never be going in. We should be never giving goals like that away. Ever. The ball comes into the box and... It was poor. It was poor communication, but I can understand giving a goal like that away because Pablo Mari was just coming back into his first game. What's his name? Bellerin and Holding don't look like they want to talk to one another or don't ever talk to one another. Goalkeeper talks German, they don't talk. So, so look, like no communication, new people coming in, that kind of stuff happens.
Whose fault was the goal? Whose fault was the goal?
I don't know.
Because I can tell you whose fault it was.
Because look, but as a coach, what I would say is that first of all, we stopped that goal by communicating. There was zero communication.
And that's why I can tell you whose fault it was. Fam, it's Bellerin's fault.
I know you're gonna blame Bellerin.
It's Bellerin's fault. Do you know what? Do you know why? People, there's a little bit of education here. As Sterling's coming in, Bellerin's with him in it. But
he did it again today. But go on.
Yeah, but then what happens is that Sterling then drifts and stands in between the centre back and the fullback, which is what you're supposed to do. Yeah. All Bellerin had to do, was shout Rob Holding and say, "You got a man up here, like Sterling's behind you. You got a man up here, right?" Because I think who put the ball in? Was it Mahrez? Mahrez was still doing step-overs on the ball, right? That's all it needed because then Bellerin got a man up his half, so Bellerin couldn't go and attack the ball, right? But Rob Holding, you could see, had no idea that Sterling was there. So by the time the ball's gone over him, like Holding's position wasn't that bad. But because he didn't know Sterling was there, that's why it looked so bad. But Bellerin's fault. I can see why you want to get rid of him.
I'll say, but this is the communication. Holding, if he was more experienced, his eyes isn't drawn to Mahrez. His eyes is straight away looking around looking for the danger. I don't know if you saw the whole process of it. but there was no looking around for danger right there. He
No.
didn't, you couldn't tell the danger. So
His
that's
eyes are on the
inexperience
ball.
from him. Yeah, you don't do that. No good defender, no top class defender does that. First thing you do, someone's out wide. Your first look, forget about the ball. Forget about the ball. That ball's going to take years to come into the box. Your first thing, you look around, look over your shoulder, spot, feel out for the danger. None of that took place. As you said, Bellerin didn't communicate with him, so this kind of stuff we just hand teams goals for easily because of this. Arteta's got a lot to fix for next season for me. I have faith in him, but he's got a lot to fix, man. Like, as Man City have shown, a good defense, that's where you build from.
100%, and this is why Man City are going on the run that they're on, and they basically won the league. Right, next game, Leicester away, Sunday morning. Might as well call it Sunday morning, bruv, because that's how early it is. What have I written here? Yeah, Leicester have obviously lost once in their last 11 games. That was to Leeds. Let me ask you a question. I really wanted to ask this question to you. When was the last time you lot won away at Leicester?
Won away at Leicester? Was it the 5-2?
That's exactly what it was. 2015.
Yeah,
when Leicester, 2015.
Damn, yeah, I've got it early in the season, isn't it? Yeah,
Sanchez hat-trick, and then obviously Leicester went in to win the league. Yeah, but the last time you lot won away at Leicester was 2015. You've won once in the last 5 league games against Leicester. That was the 3-1 at home in 2018. And Leicester are unbeaten in the last 4 league games against you.
Wow.
So putting that all into context, obviously they're playing in Europa League as we speak. How do you lot beat them? Because it seems like Leicester are becoming a very much a bogey team for you. I know you lot won earlier in the League Cup against them, but what does Arteta have to do to beat this side? I know Partey's back as well, so that's a massive boost. But what do you do?
I know Leicester are riding high and everything, but I am not afraid of this Leicester side, to be honest. It's a team where you know what you're going to get. They don't spring no surprises. They're going to hit you on the counter-attack, and you could play around that. For me, the game early in the season was where they won 1-0. They got very, very lucky. We had a good goal ruled out for offside. We dominated the whole game apart from the last 10 minutes where they scored their goal because I think Mustafi had to come on the pitch. So, even last season as well, we played better than them, but they end up getting a 1-1 draw at the Emirates.
Yeah, so they tore you lot apart at Leicester.
Oh yeah, that was Emery. We had freaking teams from Europa League were tearing us apart during that dark period. But so I'm not really afraid that they're missing. I think Castaños came back.
Yeah, but they're still missing key defenders.
Yeah, Justin out.
Fofana's out.
Pereira back. I know he was back, but I don't know if he got injured again. But I saw Amarty's playing. Yeah, because they still got a few injuries. Maddison is totally out the side, so I don't know if he's going to be fit for that game, which would be a huge plus for us.
Yeah, it would be because he's on fire right now.
He is. I think the best player at the moment, though, has been going on the radar is Ndidi. I think that's where the battle may come down there because Ndidi has just been, it's like a mini Kante right now.
Ooh, Ndidi versus Partey, that would be good, That's a good watch.
Yeah, that'd be a good. But personally, I'm confident. Whether or not we're going to win is a different question. I just believe that we just have a better team than them, better players. And yes, they're on good form, but there's nothing scary. Even in the Liverpool game, I know people talking about Liverpool dominated that game for 70-odd minutes. It's just a crazy 10 minutes they had. Crazy 10 minutes. So even the Aston Villa game was a really, really open game.
Yeah, because the second, it was a game of 2 halves, that one.
Yeah.
That game was a game of 2 halves. Leicester were brilliant in the first half, but in the second half, they were holding on. And that
Yeah,
was a Villa
so
side without Grealish as well.
exactly. So yeah, trust me, they're nothing to be scared of. They're a team that's there to be beaten. They're just doing really well at the moment. But you need to have a little bit of arrogance going to them. I don't know if they're going to do it because I don't know the players' mentality. But me personally, I don't fear this Leicester side.
So is considering there's no Maddison and considering the injuries at the back, is the best form, the best thing to do in this game is just to go out and flat out attack them and just absolutely trying to attack them. No? Oh,
No.
obviously because of Vardy and getting in behind, but
Yeah,
considering,
yeah.
considering that they have so many injuries at the back and it's not going to be their best back four. Don't get me wrong, it's more than likely that Xhaka and Partey are going to play in that game. But do you just play the 4 attacking players in front of that?
Of course.
And just say absolutely go and try and cause as much problems as you can because it's not their best backline that they've got.
I would love to go at them. Obviously, being careful of the counter. They are very, very dangerous on the counter attack. So by just keeping possession, not committing a ridiculous amount of people forward, and just the way Liverpool broke them down in those first 70 minutes, just keep the ball. Eventually, look, you can't defend for 70 minutes letting the other team have the ball for that long, no matter who you are. So as long as you keep compact at the back and just slowly try whittle them down, break them down, that's the way to go. Going gung ho is a bit too risky because they can pull the game away from you if they score first. So I'd like to see a measured approach because at the end of the day, Leicester probably going to try to win the game. And they're going to be as tired as we are. So if we have them chasing the ball, for the whole game, the better it is for us come towards the end of the game.
100%. I don't think I'll be just as tired as you because you lot are flying from Timbuktu to get home because you have to get back to the Emirates. And Leicester are at home, so they don't have to go anywhere. But we'll see. I'm looking forward to the game. It's the big game just keep on coming in the league. Obviously, Leicester trying to kick down the door of the big six. And obviously we'll do our prediction later on in the show. Let's talk Chelsea United, innit?
We have a special tonight, guys. We are talking United. The great Man United. As you can see in the background, my boy TJ's got his picture ready. He's got Martial, young Henry in the background, what I call him. Or he should be Henry. That's if you had good managers. But I'll let TJ get into this one. So you guys, good result on the weekend. 3-1 against Newcastle. The game, actually, first of all, talk to me about the game because Newcastle came at you guys for 20 odd minutes. Newcastle they look like prime Barcelona.
Saint Maxi, right? This is for Mr. KA, bruv. Saint Maxi is the real deal. Yeah, that guy should not be playing for Newcastle. That guy should be at like an Everton or something. Minimum. You know what I mean? Like he was taking the piss out of Daniel. Man made Daniel James sit down, fam. Told him to take a seat, bruv. You know what I mean? Man. And then obviously put it top bins. But yeah, first 20 minutes, they were pissing all over us. It looked like they came to play. There was no fear. There was no fear of this United side at all. St. Maxi and Almiron were running riot, and they could have been up especially if Callum Wilson would have played in that game. I think that game would have been completely different, in all honesty. But the Rashford opener changed the game. I mean, that defender, bruv, man, Salah, man, left him for dead, made him come back and went past him again, bro. I was dying.
It was a good goal. I have to say, it was a good goal.
And then obviously Newcastle got the equaliser, and then like Rashford won the penalty, Bruno got his custom penalty, and then Sonic the Hedgehog scored in the dying moment. So, fam, the performances are ridiculous. It's despicable. Like I hate watching Man United. I hate it because, and it's not a thing where this has been going on since we lost to Sheffield United. This has been the whole season. The whole season. I think the only game that was exciting to watch Man United was that Leeds game, and that's because it was end to end. Because Bielsa's a bad man, and he don't care where he goes. He's going to play open football. But I'm just watching this dire football. It's the same old shit. Trying to play out from the back when our centre backs aren't comfortable on the football. Our midfielders, Matic and Fred. I actually enjoyed Matic's performance. To be fair, I thought he was man of the match. To be honest, because it was his passes that was leading to everything. His pass that they gave Bruno an assist for, which didn't make any sense. And then obviously his pass was into Rashford was the one that won the penalty as well. Rashford was just Rashford. He just ran at man and did what he did. People said he had a good performance. He scored, but that's what Rashford does every game. It's normally against 3 players and he's doing his headless chicken, no footballing IQ stuff. Daniel James, Daniel James is starting for Man United. Like that's all you have to say, bro. Like Sonic the Hedgehog has got a job at Man United, bro. Man's left Sega and he's come to Manchester United. Like to play football, bruv. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. Like the only good thing you can say about that game, literally, is we got the 3 points and it's just move on.
Surely at this point in the season, though, I've always said it. At the start of the season, I want performance over, not over results, but you want performances to go with your results. But at this point, past February, it's all about the results. So surely, no matter how they come now, you just got to take the result because things are so tight up there.
Of course, you got to take the results, bro. Like, I get it. Like, we're getting to this. It's squeaky bum time, as Fergie would say. We're getting to that stage in the season where it's squeaky bum time. But my whole thing is that this has been going on from before. Like, this has been 2 years of this. It's been 2 years of this, bro. This is my point. Like, and it's gotten to the point. Why the hell is Rashford on the pitch? Rob, if anyone gets injured before the Chelsea game, I'll burn down Ollie's house. I'll tell you that now. But it's been 2 years of this. In the beginning, it was nothing but counter-attack. But now we're getting more of the ball, but we're not doing anything. Everything's square and backwards. And then Bruno gets the ball. And because teams play deep, the ball either goes off or he loses it because Pogba's the only one that can pass the ball between the lines. That plays regularly because the only other person that can do that is Juan Mata as well. Donny can, but not in this system. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. And I'm tired of it. It's boring. Like, you got them doing watch-alongs and talking about the roads because they're so bored. They're so bored of Man United football. It's pathetic. It's awful. And yes, we want the results. Yes, you want the wins. But it's not sustainable. And my whole thing is we're out of the league. The league is done. City's got that wrapped up. So my whole thing is we're playing this football. We got FA Cup against Leicester, which if we play like that, play like we've been playing, we're going to get our asses handed to us. And we got Europa League as well, where there's going to be more difficult teams. So in terms of winning a trophy, if we play like this, we're not getting anything. So it's just a case of what you're going to finish the season looking like it could be third place. And then there's no improvement there. So that means it's time for you to go. If you're finishing third with no trophies, it's time for you to go. So I get the results thing, but it's been 2 years of just dire football. It's just basically a continuation of Maureen, but the players are happier. That's all it is.
That's what it is. Does it say a lot about our league that United, who I don't believe have played well this season, they've got the results, but I don't think they've played well. But United are second. A team at Leicester who only counter-attack are third. And you have, is it West Ham?
West Ham are fourth.
Yeah, West Ham. But what do you think has gone on for the league to even look like it is right now? Like Tottenham, Arsenal 9th, 11th, Liverpool in 6th.
I think the pandemic has caused wreaked havoc. We've got to take that into consideration. It's the past 2 years has been madness. So it doesn't surprise me that things are out of sync at this moment in time.
Yeah.
I do think, though, we're the only league, and don't get me wrong, and most entertaining. I've said it before. We're the most entertaining, and it's the hardest league to win. It's not the best league. The low blocks coming from teams where teams are being difficult to break down, it's had a massive effect on how teams try and win football matches. So City, Pep's the only one that's going to play that sort of football and win the league. He's the only one that can do it. Klopp, different style, not so much low block and counter, but he's had massive injuries, so count them out. And then after that, you're looking at it. United, it's Ole, so there's no style, there's no system. Leicester, on the most part, play counter-attacking. I think they do play football because
they can do.
I think they do play football. West Ham are just an enigma. They're just playing well. Shout out to Messi, Lingard, and all that.
David Moyes, the connections.
Oh my God, lad.
Hey, born in Manchester.
What's it name? And then who's fifth? Is Liverpool.
Chelsea fifth.
Well, Chelsea. I keep telling people, Chelsea are coming. Chelsea are doing it different. Chelsea are trying to go down that route of the way in which Pep plays, trying to keep the ball high press and whatnot, and it's working so far. But we'll see that Chelsea, their challenges are going to come. So I think the low block counter-attack style has been so effective in the past couple of seasons that this is why the likes of United are second, Leicester are third, West Ham are fourth, Spurs are sixth. But I think the main thing is pandemic year, Liverpool with them injuries as well. Obviously, you lot and Chelsea changing managers. I think those are reasons to take into consideration as well.
No, it's true. I get what you're saying. Anyway, on to your back to United. There's loads of opinions that go around with United. Some I don't know what it is, but especially with Arsenal and United, we have a ridiculously split fan base. Like ridiculously split fan base. For Arsenal, we got the Arteta out. I don't know why, but we got Arteta out and Arteta's in. With United, there is a huge amount of player agenda at United, which I can't understand. I mean, player agenda. I want to hear your thoughts about the player agenda that splits the fan base at United.
You know what? I don't fucking care. Our fan base has the biggest amount of fucking dickheads that I've ever seen in my life. I mean, the hypocrisy is real. You've got, listen, the main agendas, right? And I've said it before in previous podcasts.
Yeah.
When Pogba plays, when Martial plays, when Fred plays, and when Bailly plays, those four guys, I'm literally praying that no mistakes lead to their goals. Because those dumb United fans are going to be wanting blood if they make a single mistake, right? We've seen the fridge on toes make various mistakes recently. Nothing said from the fan base, right? We've seen how bad, but he's been stat padding, how bad Rashford's performances has been, but because he's scoring goals and getting assists, nothing gets said, George of the Jungle, right? He hasn't been great. Got his ass handed to him against Burnley, right? Goes running around the gaff like he's a headless chicken. he was non-existent. What game was it? Against West Brom. I think it was West Brom.
Yeah.
Non-existent, nothing gets said. Sonic the Hedgehog was awful, had 2 games, all of a sudden he's the Messiah. Right? Bruno, another one. But the way how he's coming in, the goals and assists he's got, I can't go at him too much. But what I will say on Bruno, to them Daniel United fans that think he's the Messiah, we've got Chelsea away on Sunday and we got City away next week Sunday. So let's see if Bruno turns up, because he still hasn't turned up in a big game yet. So that's all I will say on Bruno, right? These fans, and like I said, I'll say it because I don't give a shit. The color of their skin is the main agenda, right? And the fact that all the guys that I said are foreign as well. So that's why Rashford gets a bly but doesn't get a bly. Because he's British, he kind of gets a little bit, we won't say much on him, but then he gets it because he had the racist comments the other day. But the 4 guys, they're foreign and they're black, they ain't got a fucking chance in hell in our fan base. And it's pathetic. Because now we're seeing all these people, oh, Pogba, we don't need him. He needs to go. What are we looking at now, people? Now that we haven't got someone to fucking pass the ball in the midfield. Yeah? What have we got now? We're fucking struggling against West Brom and Everton because there's no ball retention. Right? Pastor Fred, don't get me wrong, I love him, but he's erratic. So but they want Fred to do a Pogba job. When Fred's not Pogba, he can't do it. Pastor Fred's objective is to get in and around, receive the ball, and pass it on. Right? That's Pastor Fred's job. Eric Bailly is the perfect partner for Harry Maguire. But fans will say, or you'll hear the pundits say, he's got a mistake in him. How many mistakes has Victor Lindelof and Harry Maguire made? Yeah? How many? But that don't come out about them. Yeah? You got the fridge and the freezer playing centre-back, conceding goals for fun. But, Bailly's got a mistake in him. When Bailly came into the team, I think we only conceded 1 goal in 4 games or something like that.
Yeah.
Right? So he's the perfect partner. But again, agendas come in. Oh, Bailly did this, Bailly did that, blah, blah. Now, let's get on to the main guy at hand, because this is all you fuckers, I don't give a fuck. Right? Tony's not having a good time, right? No. He's struggling. He's struggling mentally. Obviously, all the racist abuse that he's getting. He's struggling with his confidence because obviously he's a striker and he's supposed to score goals. And whatever you say, you're at Manchester United. That pressure is non-stop.
Of course,
right? So instead of the fan base getting behind him, they're slandering him. Instead of you trying to encourage, you're slandering him. But Dan James can have 50 bad games, right? And the fan base will be like, oh, but he's young. No, he's shit, right? Say it how it is. He's fucking shit. Yeah? Someone came out and said in the Newcastle game, if Martial ran as much as Dan James, he would have scored goals.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Are you a dickhead, bruv? Are you a dickhead? So what? I didn't know you running around like a headless chicken counts as goals for the team. I didn't know that. Yeah? You're taking a fucking piss. Martial is drowning in a system that's not conducive to scoring goals as a striker. Let me bring up an example for all you Manchester United fucking Ollie sexual fuckwits, yeah? Romelu Lukaku was known in the Premier League. He scored goals wherever he went. West Brom went, bang goals. Everton, bang goals. When Maureen was there, bang goals, right? In that last season with Ole, right? I think he scored like 16 goals. This is a man that scored 20 plus for fun. When he left, what did he say? No, bruv, he stuck me out on the left. I didn't want to do it. I weren't getting no frigging service. So if Romelu Lukaku, a guy that people say is a proven goal scorer, we should have never let him go. He scores goals, couldn't score in an Ole system. But you want Tony to score in an Ole system. Tony's average touches in the penalty area, 3 touches. So what? Do you think a striker should be that efficient? 3 goals with 3 touches in the box. I want to see you lot go out there and do that. Because not even Haaland's doing that. Even though he's got a ridiculously high conversion rate. I think it's like 48% or something, right? Sugarcane ain't scoring 3 and 3 touches in the box. Yeah? Elite strikers aren't even doing that. Yeah? I saw someone come out with Martial's missed 8 big chances. In how many frigging games? We played 25 games in the league. And we played Champions League and Europa League and League Cup. Got to the semi-final. And we're in the FA Cup. So 8 big chances ain't shit. I see Mo Salah miss 4 chances in the game and still bag 2 goals because he's getting fucking service. Right? I'm tired of it, bruv. I'm tired of it. Right? Gunwood came in last season, banging goals. This season can't be found. What? What are you telling me? Is it because, what? Is it because of his off-field antics that the media likes to put out there? Because he's a black man? Is that what it is? No, it's not. It's because he ain't getting frigging service and he's being stuck out in the left because the United board saw it fit that they didn't go out and buy a frigging winger in Jadon Sancho, longed it out, then couldn't do it. Bro, I'm tired of it, bro. I've had enough of all these idiots, bro, that don't know nothing about football. Nothing about football. You're a striker, you're getting 3 touches in the box a game. And what? Because George of the Jungle scores 2 goals, all of a sudden he's great. Talking about contract extension for a 34-year-old. Is this Man United? Is this Man United? Nah, bro. I'm tired of it. I'm absolutely tired of it. These fans are dickheads, bro. They're fucking idiots. Like, know nothing about football. Yes, Tony's having a bad time. We understand that. But the system, the style, and the players around him don't help. Man's got... Listen, my last point, because I know I've been rambling on. Sorry. Martial's playing up front, yeah? He's got, behind him, Rashford, Bruno, and Gunwood. 3 men, all they want to do is score rather than assist. So what does that mean? That means Martial has to drop in to try and create his own chance because no one's going to create the chances for him because Pogba's not there. So you're not getting nothing from the midfield because you're Matic, Fred, and McMahoney's, right? And then you got 3 men behind him that all want to score. Daniel James, cross the ball. You're having a fucking laugh. Are you having a fucking laugh? That guy couldn't beat the first man if you were standing in front of him, bruv. What? Wan-Bissaka, I love him defensively, but going forward, he's, bruv, Bambi on ice. The only one is Luke Shaw. Who's that? Twanzebe just scored. But yeah, bruv, nah, I'm tired of it, bro. I'm absolutely tired of it, and I feel sorry for Martial. Tony, bruv, I told you this, and I say it now, and I don't care if they want to call me a fake Man United fan or whatever. I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. You ain't paying me for nothing. You don't pay me, right? I can't wait for Martial and Pogba to leave. I cannot wait because Martial's going to go and he's going to go bang goals somewhere else. Pogba's going on to bigger and better things. And then we're going to see next season, if Ole's still there next season, I'm done with this. I'm done with it because I'm not sitting there for this mediocrity. Sitting there, what? Because man scored a goal in 99. I'm supposed to give him all the chances in the world when the team's not fucking improving. Yes, he improved the squad by clearing out the dead wood, but it's not fucking improving. And I said it before, I say it again, right? If he doesn't win a trophy and finishes below second, it's not an improvement. Get the fuck out.
There you have it, guys. There you have it. I just thought I'd stay silent and let you go because I think it's worth saying. This is the reason why I wanted to jump on doing my own podcast because as much as I talk about players, it is constructive criticism, game on, game out. It's not, I want to see that person out, I want to see that person out. It's constructive criticism. And, criticizing Xhaka, it was just for the Man City game that I didn't want to see him play. Bellerin has been his performances throughout the whole season. But specifically with United, just with United fan base, because I watch a lot of fan channels. The first thing I see in a lot of the fan channels, I see United Stand, Football Terrace, there's always a player on the front headline, whether it's Martial, if he's had a bad game, Pogba got the brunt of it, Bailly makes one mistake, Bailly's in trouble. I just find it shocking the amount of player attacking. Especially when a player like Martial, who has talent, who is up there. I would take Martial in a heartbeat. Put him in an attacking team where he gets many touches of the ball, you see a different Martial.
So what I guarantee you, you take Martial, swap Martial and Haaland, Haaland will probably get more goals, but nothing compared to what he's getting at Dortmund right now. 100%.
Of course.
100%.
Of course. If you know, all you Man United fans, if you see United play football, I hate United. I hate them even more right now, only because I hate to see a big side play such bad football.
Mm.
You know, you guys have all the weapons in the world to go out there and be. And you know what? It's not even playing bad football, because you could play bad football. But when you're playing bad football against teams like West Brom, you got a team like Newcastle coming to attack you.
Sheffield United.
Mm-hmm. You know, these teams all come in playing better football than you because you're so dedicated to the counter-attack. I find it pathetic. It's the same reason I hate Tottenham even more. The same reason I hate Mourinho. It's as a coach, it is lazy football. Lazy football. You know, and it's lazy management. It's lazy coaching.
Mm.
It's easy to guys work hard in defense.
It's no coaching, bruv.
Exactly. You know what's hard? Teaching your guys about triangles, teaching your guys about ball retention, teaching your guys about phases of play, teaching your guys about breaking the line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that takes skill.
Man City is the blueprint, bruv. Look at how much we criticised Sterling at Liverpool and then his first season at City. And then what did Pep do? Pep got muscle memory going, ball retention going, and practice just over and over again, to the point where now, you know, when that ball is out on that right-hand side, whether it be De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Mahrez, they know Sterling's going to be in and around that back post. Bro, Martial can't do that with this team because he doesn't know if the ball's going to come in or not. He doesn't know what zones it's going to drop in. He doesn't know anything, bro. The only time Martial knows what's going on, like, I remember the game, bruv, where Pogba, Mata, Donny, Martial all played, bruv. Triangles galore. And that's nothing to do with Ollie and his coaching staff. It's just because they're intelligent footballers that know how to play 1 and 2 touch, right? So if you see that and you see the potential of our players, imagine what we would do under a proper coach. And that's my biggest thing, right? And I guarantee you this now, if we had a proper coach, Bruno doesn't get the freedom that he gets, but he fits into the system wherein which he will be most effective, right? Especially in them big games where he's been missing. And that's not me, that's constructive criticism of Bruno, because he hasn't proved it in the big game. The record speak for itself for all them fucking people are looking at stats all the time. Go and look at the stats for Bruno in big games, but doesn't turn up. But a proper manager and a proper system gets him turning up. Proper manager and a proper system gets Martial scoring goals. Proper manager and a proper system gets Rashford stopping, dribbling against 3 people and actually gets the football intelligence going, where Rashford turns him to a Sterling. So he knows what zones to be in, but he also knows when to take on a man and when and to pass and move and whatnot. That's what that does. And then that, with a proper coach, all this slander for all them players practically goes away. Because you know, if you can't play under a proper coach, then you're not a Man United player. But because you're playing this shit football, I can't go at anybody unless you prove that you haven't even got technical ability, which we've got in this team.
I think that's it. I think you actually brought up a very good point there. It's something that I've always tried to do. I don't want to get at players until they have fulfilled their full potential. We don't know Martial's full potential because he's never been coached. Same with Rashford. As much as I want to get onto Rashford, he hasn't been coached for 4 years. Dan James has come here. As much as I know he's not talented, I can't really get onto him too hard because he hasn't been coached. Like, a lot of these players are not being coached, and I think that's what actually divides the fan base, because they're not seeing players play to their full potential. And I think there's something there that, you know, it needs to be addressed. But that being said, as a coach myself, I can't get too much onto Ole. And you know what? If United get a good manager in, you know, I fear, because they've got boilers. So Ole in.
No, piss off.
Ole in.
About Ole in.
Long live the king.
This guy about Ole in, bro. We'll see what's gonna happen. I just wanted to bring up something quickly, right? Because when I read this stat, I couldn't believe it. Right? We're unbeaten in the last 6 league games against Chelsea. we've lost to them. FA Cup, the last two FA Cups,
I remember,
we've lost to them. But in the league, we're unbeaten in 6.
Yeah, I remember that stat.
Three draws and 3 wins.
Yeah,
fam, I couldn't believe it when I saw it because Chelsea was one of our bogey teams. But we did a double over them last season.
Yeah,
and but I'm beating the last 6. Don't understand how that's happened, but there you go.
Especially last season because that first 4-0, that was mad.
But that scoreline could have been anything.
Exactly, and the second game, again, it was a smash and grab if you ever saw one. I know it was 2-0. Maguire should have got sent off, but
he should have.
Maguire, captain England. This guy seems to bust case more than.
Bruv, this guy, I'm telling you right now, yeah, this guy could go and assassinate Boris Johnson, bruv, and you're still bust case, fam. Because he's captain England, bruv. I'm telling you this now, but just I just wanted to ask you a quick question on Chelsea. We're going to see that Chelsea are going to be tested. These are the next 6 games. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, next 5 games. Sorry. They've got us at home. They've got Liverpool away. They've got Everton at home. They've got Leeds away, and then they've got Atletico in the Champions League. So this will be a big test for Tuchel to find out what he is really about and to see in the early stages what he can do against these big sides in the Premier League and obviously the second leg in the Champions League.
I think he's done well. He's done well. But as you said, the tests are there to come. I don't judge any manager on their first 6 games, especially at Chelsea. I think all Chelsea managers have had a good start, no matter who comes in. I can't think of a Chelsea manager that hasn't had a good start. Lampard had a shaky start, but they ended up finishing in top 4. I think back to Scolari, he had a good start. AVB had a good start. What's his name? Di Matteo had a good start. But one thing just happens. After a few bad results, that's when you start to see, what these Chelsea guys are made of. And, the first test comes at United side, as you said, they haven't beaten in a long time. It is at Stamford Bridge where your record isn't great. I think it's 1 win in
Yeah, it's awful record.
Yes,
it's an awful record.
So we'll see. Funnily enough, though, you want to face a team like United right now, if you get me. Because a man like the one thing about Tuchel, he is well traveled.
Yeah,
he's not going to be scared of United.
Well, he's played us with PSG, so he knows what he's up against.
Exactly, he knows exactly what he's up against.
It's just different players for himself, but he knows what he's up against.
Yeah, he knows what he's up against. He knows what to expect. Without Pogba, I would say, barring individual brilliance, Chelsea should be in control of the game. They're going to be in control of possession. They're going to be hard to break down. They're going to play 3-4-3. We might see another boring 0-0 like last time, but it really depends on what United decide to do. If they do commit a little bit more bodies forward,
nah, it's not going to happen.
If they play the same way like they did early in the season, then I could see a 0-0 coming up. Then you got the Liverpool game, which is going to be very, very interesting. Because again, Liverpool are getting Jota back. But the way Van
Dijk started, he's in the gym now, back in the gym now, and he's started to train a little bit.
But yeah, for me, as I said, jury's out on Chelsea. The next 5 games are going to tell me what Chelsea's season is going to be like for me. These next 5 games are the most important. If they do well, top 4 guaranteed, probably a decent run in the Champions League, probably semi-final. Don't see them winning it, but semi-final. But if they start to falter, given that the team that they put out against Atletico, I think they will struggle if they fall in these next 5 games.
100. Unfortunately, my rant has taken us over time, so all you West Ham fans can't get your little bit of segment because we're running out of time. But we'll try and reschedule that for next week, depending on what happens. Truth, we're gonna go to the obviously the predictions. I know I lost already. So and
Again, your boy, the truth. That's why I'm called the truth, guys. This is why I'm called the truth, because I know my football. I know my football, guys.
this guy got one prediction right. Yeah,
One perfect
preaching,
result
bro.
won the game for me. The West Ham Tottenham.
This guy's
Never
saying
back Tottenham, guys. Never back Tottenham. Don't back Maureen. Got the perfect result. The 2-1 for West Ham against Tottenham. Got a few other correct results. The Leicester Aston Villa, the Man United Newcastle. So that put me on my second win for the season. So I've got 2. TJ and KA are lagging behind. Long may it continue.
Mr. K is not here, so I'll be back on my mojo now, bro. Not him with his judge. Yes, that's the truth.
Yeah, so that's 2 for me. Whoever wins the season, that is the guru of football, which I know I already am. The truth. I got some people that try to argue at me in the group that think they know more football than me, but
listen,
not
people,
mentioning no names.
if you knew what went on in that group, yeah, honestly, like it's absolute chaos, like absolute chaos. Like you listen, people, you can't wait for when AJ and Fury get signed. That podcast is going to be a madness. I'm just waiting for the paperwork to go through before I let the truth and Tooth loose.
This week is a busy week. There's double game weeks for a lot of the side, but we're just going to concentrate on the weekend games just to start off with. So let's get started. The first game, decent game, Man City versus West Ham. Man City at home.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Man City. I think it's going to be a difficult game, especially having to go away to Gladbach. I think it's going to be a difficult game for him. West Ham are in brilliant form. Messi, Lingard, bruv, on fire, bruv. He's going to want to prove a point to Man City as well. But I think City will just scrape it with a 2-1.
2-1, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I actually think City are going to be comfortable in this game. As good as West Ham have been, they have an issue with scoring, and I don't think their football is good enough to break down a team like Man City. So I'm going to say it's not going to be a comfortable, but it's going to be a fairly easy 3-0. 3-0 City. Next game is, where are they? Leicester Arsenal. Is anyone else in between? Yeah, Leicester Arsenal Sunday. I'll take a stab at this one. I'm gonna go 2-1. 2-1 Arsenal. I'm confident.
I'm glad you are.
We're gonna end the hoodoo.
I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm actually gonna go with a 1-1 draw.
Really?
Yeah, I think.
Tired.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be tired legs. An early game. Leicester are losing 2-0 as well.
Ooh.
So
over.
Yeah. So yeah, I think a 1-1 draw.
I think we'll take the confidence from the 3-2. Well, the players should. If they don't, then nothing's gonna get them up for it. So
yeah, that's why I don't think you lot will lose. I don't think you lot will lose, but I think it'll be a 1-1 draw.
Yeah. Next game is an interesting one. I don't know how to predict this one. Tottenham Burnley.
I don't know.
Exactly. You don't know, do you?
Do you know what? I'm gonna go 2-0 Tottenham.
Really?
I think the way in which, like, Burnley are not gonna come out and play against Tottenham, but at the same time, I think that the way which Bale's playing, I think Sugar Kane and Son. I think if he starts with that front three, I think it will be too much for Burnley. I think they'll get it 2-0. I think they're going to end the run.
Are you surprised that they haven't really? You think Ali, you think Bale, obviously Kane and Son. Don't you think there's enough firepower there to dispatch of any team that that they see fit?
You would think so, but obviously Bale's Bale, bruv. Like who knows how many games he can play in a row. Obviously Dele Alli's poor form. Like I know he's looked in the past couple of games recently. He's looked all right, but playing Europa League football, man, is dead. But we've seen like anytime Dele Alli's come on, he hasn't looked himself. So you would think that by the names, but in terms of the performances, nah, it's only been Son and Kane, to be honest. And I think Maureen's so concerned about leaking goals at the back as well that I don't think he'd play all four.
I'm going to go 0-0. I think Burnley are just going to be hard to beat. They're just going to hang in there. And I'm not convinced on Tottenham's form, to be honest. So, yeah, I'm going to go 0-0. Big one, Chelsea United. This one's another hard one to predict for me.
Right. I don't want to predict my team losing, so I'm going to say 1-1. But so officially I'm saying 1-1. But in my head, I can see us losing that game 2-0. But I'm going to go, because I don't want to predict my team to lose officially. I'm going to say 1-1, but I have a feeling Chelsea are going to win that game 2-0. I think there'll be Werner and Giroud goals after that spectacular goal from Giroud.
I'm going to predict Chelsea are going to win 1-0. Bear in mind, another record that we didn't mention actually is that Man United are unbeaten in
away games.
I can't remember how much it is now.
But this season, we haven't lost this season away in the league.
Yeah, but it's a crap load. Let's just say that.
Yeah. But
predicting against you guys.
Sunday will be the end of that, trust me.
Chelsea,
and you know how much
effort in midweek.
You know how much I hate Chelsea as well.
1-1 seems a good scoreline.
People will call me fake United fan, but the Chelsea game means more to me than the Liverpool game.
Really,
I hate Chelsea.
I remember the times when Marine was there, and back in uni days, we used to. Those games used to be brutal. Okay, I'm gonna go 1-0 Chelsea. I don't want to go 1-0 Chelsea, but I'm gonna go 1-0 Chelsea because as much as I think Chelsea should win, I don't know how much midweek's gonna take out of them. And I'm sorry, that team was so weak in midweek. Like, I know they play well against Atletico, but 1-1? I'm changing my mind. I'm going 0-0. I'm going 0-0. 2 0-0s. Freaking hell. Yeah, I'm going 0-0. I think both teams are not going to want to lose the game. I think Chelsea are going to play 3-4-3. United are just going to be United, let Chelsea have the ball. You might see another dead game, so I'm going 0-0. I might be wrong, but I'm going to go 0-0. Last game for the top 6 is Sheffield United and Liverpool. This should be a banker, right?
I'm going to go 3-0 Liverpool.
Yeah, Sheffield United are done. Yeah. Well, while they're more or less like accepted defeat in terms of Sheffield United.
Yeah, he said well, you're not going to see us for very much longer in the Premier League. So I think he's fully accepted that they're going down.
Yeah. I'm going to go 3-1 because Liverpool have Quebec. and unfortunately, Alisson's father passed away.
It's mad, bro. It's mad. R.I.P., man.
So,
Condolences.
Yeah, definitely.
condolences for him. I think like him and this is what the pandemic does, people. I mean, they're probably not even going to be able to go to the funeral
I know.
and whatnot.
I know, quite
And
in
it's
trouble.
sad. Obviously, we spoke about Jurgen Klopp and his mum and all that, and these people, like, they're human beings at the end of the day. They have to deal with these things. So you're going to see differences in their personalities. You're going to see them being upset and a bit more emotional than usual. But you got to remember, these guys are human beings and they're dealing with losses as well as trying to be professional. And if you were at your 9 to 5 and you had and you lost someone and you couldn't go to their funeral, you'd be acting up as well. So let's have a little bit more of respect for the players, man, players and managers, and what they're going through at this moment in time.
And in general, it even comes back to what you said about the whole Martial thing and the whole racism thing that's been going around. You know how hard it is for players to hear your own fans racially abuse you.
Exactly.
Over having a poor game and stuff and that kind of stuff. You don't know what's going on in people's lives, man.
No, that's why I think Martial's down-tooled. That's why I think he's down-tooled. I just don't think he's interested anymore.
Exactly. Like if it was against people just cussing, if I'm having a discussion with anyone that's been saying Martial this, Martial that, I'm like, I would do the exact same thing. I'm getting racially abused for for playing football. Racially abused for playing football and having a bad game. Like I don't have to prove anything to anyone. Like after that, like if I say to another guy who's been doing the racial, if I go racially abuse you at your workplace for having a poor performance, trust me, you do more than down tools there.
Exactly. You know what I mean? You're trying to fight man and them thing there, but unfortunately, this is the way how it's going. We will have that conversation again, people.
Yeah, we will.
In terms of that, especially after Wilfried Zaha's comments, who should have done it today, but Mr. K wasn't here. We had a little discussion about it earlier in the week, and the comments were pretty interesting, and we want to bring that to you lot as well to get your opinion on it. But yeah, is that it for the predictions, Truth?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. Oh, that's it, people. Another edition of the Premier League review / preview show is done. Let us know what you think in the comments. Let us know what you think of Arteta and Arsenal. Let us know what you think about the Arsenal players. Let us know about the United players, the whole Martial thing, all the scapegoats that Man United fans, the divisions in the fan bases. If you're an Arsenal fan, if you're a Man United fan, any fan, the division in the fan bases, get in the comments, talk about that. And as usual, let us know your predictions. Let us know what you're picking. Are you picking Chelsea to beat Manchester United? Are you picking Leicester to beat Arsenal? Are you picking West Ham to beat Man City? We want to hear from you. Thank you to my guy, The Truth. Thank you for your time, sir.
So it's a pleasure, my friend.
Of course, indeed. Don't forget, people, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe on the channel. Hit that, smash that like button, get the likes up, get the comments up, share it, tell a friend, tell a goldfish to tell a friend that we're out here. Lovely views, getting the views up on that tennis. Beautiful that you guys are starting to watch, but want to interact with you more, so put the comments in and make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. Got UFC 259 preview show coming up for you. As we said, we're going to be talking about the racial abuse on social media and Wilfried Zaha comments. I'm going to put that out for you as well. Obviously, Prem review / preview throw is going to be weekly. And we've got NBA, we've got a mid-season talk, and we've got the All-Star game coming up as well. So people, and we're going to go back at some point to the tennis debate about the GOAT. Listen, people, we got so much content coming out for you. So much content coming out for you, and it's for the love and the fact that we just like to hear our own voices, to be honest. But thank you again to my guy, The Truth. People, stay safe, keep your family safe. As I said, there is light at the end of the tunnel, whether you're vaccine or anti-vaccine. It looks like this is coming to an end. So, as usual, just keep safe, keep your family safe, and we shall see you very, very soon. Peace.